Did you know that fear is one of the biggest driving factors in our decision making? Yes, fear determines how we react to a situation. We may have fear about something and will intentionally avoid it out of fear. People with intense anxiety know this type of fear. Fear determines how they feel about a situation, and they will avoid certain situations out of fear. Fear is often, we often consume a lot of fear in the type of news media that we watch, the type of people that we communicate with from a variety of different sources. We may be fearful from a lot of things that we hear that we may have never even seen before. So we want to talk a bit about that today, about why fear is such a big way to control people and what you can do to help remedy that. So let me know what you think about it. Fear is one of the greatest tools to control people. Fear has been used to encourage people to do things they normally wouldn't do in a calm state of mind. Fear changes the way we respond to a situation and can make us act in a way that is the complete opposite of what we would normally do. Fear is such a great tool to get people to do things that it's used in many marketing campaigns. You'll often be unable to realize that your actions are controlled by fear. We all have a variety of different fears, and some of us go to extreme lengths to avoid it. Many of us also have a fear of death. We are afraid of dying and will try to combat it the best we can via scientific means, yet completely ignore the natural ways to strengthen our immune system and live a healthy lifestyle. It's clear when watching and reading sponsored videos and articles about health, the chemicals in our food and water that are contributing to cancer and other issues, that it's simply a way to market to us. We consume the information and think that because of what we eat and drink that we will die. Also, in the article is a magical supplement or essential vitamin or mineral that can help us. Out of fear, we buy the product. We may not have been aware that our impulsive buying was due to the fear that was implanted within us. We are all controlled by fear. Fear controls all of us. We are all controlled by fear. Ultimately, our ultimate fear is the fear of death, the fear of our existence coming to an end, the people that we will leave behind, what's going to happen to us after we die. We don't know the answers to these questions. So we have fear. Fear of the unknown is one of the biggest things. Fear of the unknown. So what happens in the world today? We take advantage of scientific methods in order to extend our life. But what has that done? That may have helped us in many ways, but it's also steering us on a path that is away from our natural roots to this earth. This transhumanism, so to speak, where we become integrated with machines, that we become machine ourselves. So this is a really interesting concept because this is a way that humans are trying to avoid their own deaths because they are afraid of death. They're trying to combat death via technological means. So I'm curious to know your thoughts on this as well. Imagine a scenario where an unknown and mysterious pathogen is unleashed on the planet. A deadly disease that is invisible. Everyone has it and is contagious, has been amplified by the news media and health experts as they say millions are going to be infected and die. Does this sound familiar? It should, because that's what happened in 2020. It initially started out as a serious and deadly infection where millions were projected to die. But shortly after, those initial projections were lowered drastically. However, people still retained the initial fear. Their mind was trained to believe their loved ones, friends, and every other person they come into contact with, as well as the fresh air that gives them life, was an enemy. Why? Because once fear is implanted and continuously reaffirmed by the news media and health officials, then it's hard to actually become rational and differentiate between fear and facts. This is a good example of how fear has been used to control the population. Another example. If you heard your neighbors say that there was a dangerous animal around your home, you would be rightfully afraid. However, what if another neighbor said it was a harmless cat? Who would you believe? And would you still be afraid and let fear control your actions if the latter turned out to be true? So fear is used to control people. The more fearful you are, the easier you are to control. When you are concerned for your own life or someone close to you, you do anything to protect yourself and them. Getting out of this mindset is extremely difficult since once you are fearful, you cannot simply just change your perspective. Rather, the easiest way is to learn to rationalize your emotions from the very beginning so you're not controlled by them. Be calm, rational, and skeptical of any information you consume. Not everything you view will be accurate. If you've never seen it or experienced it personally, then you have every right to be skeptical. Listen to your intuition. If something feels off about something you've heard, then what do you personally believe is right? If everything seems weird, don't ignore this feeling. Your intuition is telling you that something is wrong here. So listen to your intuition and do your own research. Don't blindly listen to the news media, health officials, the government, and so on. Rather, listen to yourself. What do you truly believe that isn't controlled by fear? If these people and agencies are intentionally using fear as a weapon, threatening you until you comply, then that should raise a big red flag. Do your own research always. Look at things from other perspectives and let your own intuition prevail. Doing these steps will allow you to be a free thinker and not let your emotions and fear get the best of you. Always do your own research and see through the lies in any media, and you can think for yourself. Let me know how this works for you. Have a great day. Learn to not let fear control you. Fear is one of the biggest things that control you. So before you even be consumed by fear, learn to rationalize your emotions. Fear is a legitimate emotion just like anger, happiness, sadness. You can choose to be afraid of something, or you can go right into that no matter how scared you are and face it. Everything that's happening in the world today, in 2020, was the biggest year of fear. This is the year that people became so terrified of one another, the world, the sun, the air, everything around them was so toxic. So don't be that person who is afraid of every little thing that's happening. We must not be afraid of even our own death, because death will come for us when the time is right. It really will. If you are determined with what you want to do, if you know the path that you are setting out to do, if you have goals you want to accomplish, focus on those. Don't focus on what the end result of your life is going to be. Focus on the legacy that you will leave behind. You will leave behind an amazing legacy. All you gotta do is just go towards that and focus on that. That is what we should all do. So let me know how this helped you. Let me know your views on this, and I'm sure you found this helpful to you. So learn to let go of that fear, and have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.